What's up guys? Sunqe here.
Alright, lights
Coming with another video.
what to do. Just show up so I can get something to drink.
Uh,
It's all riding on you.
Gameplay in the background is gonna be a Super Metal Parade, I think. Uh, kind of off dated, cause like, been so, you know, chocolate wasted off of meds because of my stuff. But I'm gonna make this story video today because I want to get it off my head, off my chest. Uh, I don't know. I think that's Eco Stream in the background. I'm not sure.
Because of a
I
5-star
I recorded the video at like 3 and I was
of course,
tired, I
I'm
think,
going
and then
to
I was just like, you know
Actually,
what, I'll just have at it.
Let me see.
It's kind of late right now at this moment.
Demo.
I don't know why I'm always making
Let's see.
videos really late. Like,
The cost for 5
it's really not that hard to make a video at like 5 o'clock at
Where's the cost?
PM. Yes, I did. I did beat the Vargas dungeon. Sorry. So this video is gonna be a. Oh, did I? I don't know if I did, but actually no, it wouldn't count because I'm listening now, right? I'm sorry, I'm so confused, guys. Before I start this video, I want to get in to some news. I think the gameplay right now is really laggy. Like, I think it's really laggy. I apologize.
Okay, just giving everybody a heads up.
I'm getting a new. Well, I just got a new device a couple days ago. Got it to. It was having troubles connecting to the internet. Yada yada yada. No, on unnecessary electromagnetic stuff. I'm still on my meds, by the way. So, probably next video tomorrow we'll have smoother gameplay. Promise. So, wow.
Hopefully, while I wasn't looking, I
Mm,
actually got
that was surprisingly delicious.
spirit. Usually
Tastes
what
kind of like.
happens, I look away,
I made some
do
ramen,
something completely
and it
different,
tastes
I get
kind of
bored.
like
So let's hope that carried on to this time.
lemon, but I didn't put any lemon juice in here.
A
It's
minute,
interesting. So yeah, expect smooth gameplay tomorrow or the next day, depending on whether or not I sleep. The honor? Okay, so let's get into the dream. So it's in case you didn't know, I got my wisdom teeth taken out a couple days ago. So I go in there, yeah, all that stuff. They put me to sleep, and then my dream starts with me being in a forest. Like, yeah. Trying to describe the forest is kind of like I gotta trying to think of. Okay. Really? Oh, my cat's in heat, by the way. So if you hear her meowing, I don't know how to describe it, but like, imagine a forest somewhere in Africa. But it's kind of actually no, Asia. Like, if you've seen any of those movies, where they have like the it's kind of a little racist, but they have the person. What is that? They have the person, and you know he's just like. It's forest with like really tall trees. That's really it. Just really tall trees, and you always see them like running past the trees, and then they, you know, all that good stuff. It was that kind of forest, and I'm like, I'm just in it like, wow. And then my tooth started hurting in the dream. Like my tooth started hurting. So I took my thumb and my pointing finger. I grabbed my tooth that was hurting. Ironically enough, is one of my wisdom teeth. I ripped it out like it was nothing. Like I was a hawk. Like the hawk had my hand, and he's just like, the Hawk. No, Bruce Lee, because we all know Bruce Lee would beat the Hawk in a fight. No doubt about it. Right? It's like Bruce Lee grabbed my hand and ripped it out of my mouth. And then I threw it on the ground. And then, like, right as I threw it on the ground, I heard a weird noise, like, kind of like the ground's rumbling, but instead of the ground rumbling, it's just sound. So I turn around, and once I turn around, I see, like, nothing. I see nothing. And then I, like, heard another noise behind me again, you know, in the area where I threw the tooth. So then I turned around again, and then that's when I saw another tooth. So there's 2 teeth this time, and the teeth were gigantic, like human size. That's when I was like, oh, uh-oh. Yeah, that's why I was like, okay. And then I blinked, and the 2 teeth. Ooh, I just didn't honor points to all my friends. I'm sorry. And then I blinked, and that's when I
but the random attack is so ridiculously strong that it makes up for it being random. Eric is a good unit.
That's when I saw an army of teeth, and they all had weapons. Like they pulled out swords out of the blue, man. And I'm like, oh god. But I had a sword. That's when the dream gets interesting. I feel like I'm choking on a tooth. So I'm scared, but I charge at him. And this is like, I don't know if you guys have ever seen the Assassin's Creed Revelations trailer. Ezio takes on that entire army. That's kind of how it was. That's like exactly how it was. And so like I see that, you know, we're at war, and the like teeth grew hands or something because they were holding me back. Like one of them held me back, and right as it held me back, this girl I know from school, she came out of the blue, like she came out of a tree, and like threw a sword at him, and like he fell down. I'm just like, what? And I'm like looking around, and I see her, and then I smiled, and whoa, that's a lot of gems, by the way. I smiled, and then that's when she like charged into the battlefield. So it's like me and her back to back. And you know, we're putting in work, but it's a huge number game against us. You know, it's like 1,000 to 2. So we get over countered, and right as we're about to get like charged at, I asked some 2 other people I know from school came. And they came with, alright, so one of them had like a giant whip-like weapon. I don't know, it was shaped like, you know, a dentist thing where they have that that stick and it has a mirror. Has that, and you know, at the end has that little thing that you chip your teeth with or something. Had that, but it was a giant one of those, and there was no mirror. The mirror part was a handle, and that end was the end of the whip, and like it was swing. Oh my gosh, it was crazy. And the other person just had a giant spear, and I'm just like,
yeah, I think my
what?
mine is a breaker too. It's still a good unit though.
I swear in my dream I smiled, like while I was sleeping I was smiling. Swear. I mean, probably I was already smiling because my wisdom teeth's getting taken out, but you know. So it's us 4 against an army of teeth, and I'm assuming we had support because like we get
Yes, Persona 4. That's what I'm talking about.
like we're taking care of the army. I mean, a giant mortar comes out of nowhere and like hits them, and they're all distracted. And that's when we all like disappeared into the trees and we're like all running. I mean, like we have like I don't know, we're just like it was some very army stuff. Like I'm sure me playing games and seeing a lot of movies influences to the max because it was awesome. That was like one of the best dreams I've had to date. Like, oh man, I don't think I've ever had that much fun in a dream. It was amazing. It was so awesome and fun. Let me check. What's our time? We're at 10 minutes. All right. So we get to like this safe house, and this like everything's cool, and then this terrible ending. We get to the safe house. You know, we get there. Everybody's talking. They all had masks on. I didn't have a mask. I wanted a mask. They all had masks on. I didn't get a mask. That kind of made me mad. So they all take their masks off. They're talking, and then we stepped outside, and I'm the farthest one away from the house. And then out of nowhere, the safe house blows up, and before the explosion like hits me, that's when I woke up, and they said time to go, and I'm just like, oh. I asked my mother to tango because I was, you know, I was on meds. What? Wow.
I'm gonna use a tree as a
I don't know.
since I don't have a Themis.
Maybe it's not entertaining to you guys, but to me,
Since I don't have
that was like, man.
And maybe
I want to make a movie out of that. That's how fun that was to me. I kind of want to make a movie out of that.
Zoha or Luther.
But yeah.
But I'll probably actually do a double brow lead.
So let me see. What time are we at now? Near the end of the video. Yeah, I'm gonna give a huge shout out to the streamers, man. I've put so much time into just chatting for no reason. You know, I don't know. It's so entertaining. I'm sure if you're watching this video, you've been on a stream or two, and they're extremely entertaining.
I think I said that right.
I want to give a shout out to all the streamers. Huge shout out to Eco. I know he's gonna beat Pika in the stream off. Shout out to Eco. I have money on him. Shout out to Blue. Shout out to the Wolves. I don't know who else I could shout out to. Shout out to John Bellion. Shout out to Lights. Shout out to Hoodie Allen. Yeah. See you guys in the next video. Oh gosh, I sneezed. Next video.